Welcome to one of the best VR games. A game with all your zombie action in one. Don't just cut me off in the middle of. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to welcome you to one of the best VR games you've probably had within the last few years. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Part 1 because it's a sequel to the game. Like I said before, let me welcome you to easily one of the best VR games you probably ever had within the last 10 years. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. It was originally released in 2019 and is currently still available to buy on every storefront and is pretty good. It's virtual on every headset, so you can get it on whichever one you play. Since this game is so accessible from basically every VR headset out there on the market, basically everybody has played this game, but this video is for people who have basically never played the game or have recently bought headsets and are looking for games to buy. And this could be one of them, because it should be. See, now the gameplay is very basic. It's basically just going to involve these three things: crafting, killing, and looting. Now let's talk about the crafting in this game, or the crafting benches, I should say. You have three of these. You have your survival station. This station is basically all about food, which is here, ammo for bow and arrows there, and medicine and healing items there. Here's the box of stuff, which is the orange one, which is most associated with this bench. Also at this bench, you can also craft bow and arrows. You can craft two versions of these. This is the improved one you see. Now let's move on to the other bench, which is the gun station. And like it's in the name, it's a gun station. Well, but what else did you expect it to be? This station mainly just focuses on guns, ammo, and weapon upgrades, which is just one, but that's it. This bench is just mainly guns and ammo. Here's the junk box, which is most associated with this one. It's the green one, useful for making ammo. And let's go into the gear station. The gear station is, well, where you upgrade your gear and, of course, get better gear, of course. Now, what I said probably didn't make any sense, but at this bench, you can basically craft knives, explosives, blunt weapons, sharp weapons, and, well, upgrades for your gear on the tourist, which is shoe upgrades, backpack upgrades, protective armor upgrade. Basically, yeah, just basic video game upgrades. And here's the junk box most associated with this bench, which is the black one, which gives, well, basically everything you need to upgrade that bench. I purposely left one out because it's mainly just exclusive to the Tourist or the deluxe edition of the game, which gives you Negan's bat, which is Lucille from the show and comics, the National Guard knife, which is from the show, I believe, and not the comics, and Rick's Colt Python, which is both in comics and TV show. You can also get Michonne's katana from the TV show and the comics, which is pretty cool. And for the Aftershocks DLC for the first game, there's the tactical flashlight, which you get in the DLC. Spoiler alert. Now that kind of concludes our crafting side of this video. Let's get back to the killing part of the video. See, now killing in this game, it's very fun. Killing a walker is smooth and it's fun. You can do it multiple ways. You can grab them, stab them, or as you just seen, throw knives at them or any kind of sharp weapon at them. There's also guns. You can also use guns to shoot them, but shooting them is kind of difficult, especially if you have the known issue where your gun shakes when you move or when you're standing still. And it's not just because I have shaky hands; it's genuinely a bug. Look it up. Let's continue the killing part of this review. See, now, when you're using the guns, they're a blessing and a curse. The curse is that you're going to be using up a lot of resources from not only making new guns from when your old ones break, but you're going to also be making a lot of ammo. But there are blessings, of course. Guns are guns, so yeah. Just like that, we kind of conclude the killing part of this review. Now let's continue talking about the looting part of this review. When you're sometimes looting around the world, you can find ammo boxes which are useful for, well, any kind of gun you find, or any kind of guns you have. And sometimes when you're looking around and looting, you can find guns. Well, of course, in the world, these are not going to be, well, that high durability, and they're not going to be in the greatest condition, which is why crafting is kind of there. But finding these guns out in the field is not recommended. I kind of use them as a last resort, if anything, as they break and jam easy. Now, sometimes when you're looting, you may typically find caches. These are best found when at the bus and you have the radio on. Turn to channel 47, as they will announce anything they find, like caches. There are three different kind of caches. There's weapon caches, food caches, and medicine caches. Caches. Sorry for that misspeak. And weapon caches will obviously contain guns, weapon parts, and the junk boxes, and well, of course, ammo, and I think I already said it, guns. That's the part where I usually tell you about the story about the game I'm, well, talking about. And the story in this game is that you are the tourist, a lone wanderer going from city to city across the U.S. and basically trying to just survive until you hear talk about a place called the Reserve in New Orleans, which leads, of course, the tourist to obviously go to New Orleans to find this great cache of food, weapons, and basically anything you could use in an apocalypse. But there are two other factions going for this cache as well, the Tower and the Reclaim, which you just seen in the gameplay just now. So now technically there are three factions, and all of them have their own little reputation system, which I will get into sooner. But basically, I should break it down like this. The Tower doesn't like the Reclaim doesn't like the Tower, and the Exiled, which is the third group, are neutral with both of them, except the Tower. They hate the Tower more than the Reclaimed. Now, both the Tower and Reclaim both have reputation systems similar to that of Stalker. Is the best example I can give to this, where doing actions they like and don't like will determine their behavior towards you. Being disliked will cause them to shoot on sight. Being liked causes them to tolerate you, but won't allow you into their bases of where they set up in certain maps. That's gonna do it for story talk, and that's basically gonna be the end of this video because I don't like my videos being over 10 minutes because it just takes up too much storage on my hard drive. So this is gonna be the end of the video. But if I were to say anything about this game, is that it's good, it's fun. It's just that I wish it still got updated and wasn't a dead game anymore. That's my only problem with the game. Other than that, it's great. I feel like you should get it if you have the money to. Well, if you have the money to get the game, I would definitely recommend getting the game. It's fun, very fun, and very addicting. And yeah, that's just my little video. I guess, bye.